And I was present at the uprisings of the protests for the George Floyd one. I didn't attend the Proud Boys ones because that ain't none of my business and that ain't my place. Um, but to be there from when the protest first started, and then to see how like the National Guard and all the different police departments were just getting in position was more than enough time for them to come up with a better plan. And I also had the opportunity to speak to Ritzma and Coakley and to hear their poor excuses on there was no other way, there was no other route to go. Lets me know that one, they were never listening from the beginning, and two, they never learned anything in history class. Um, you can look back decades, and this has always been the way the police in the city anywhere have responded to anything like this when it comes for Black and brown people fighting for human rights, fighting for the right to live, for the right to breathe, for the right to walk down the street, or the right to protest, which we can do. And so to see them come down there and to hear Ritzma say that we have to come down here and protect property over people was a very alarming statement from him, because it let me know at that moment that Black and brown people meant nothing to Kalamazoo, like period at all. Um, and then to also get tear like to also get gassed, and to also see them take a fake knee in support for the movement for to change policing period in Kalamazoo. It was just like it was a slap in the face. And I don't know what else needs. I don't understand like why this even needs to take place, because we can look throughout history and see what needs to be done. But I understand that there are steps that needs to be taken, so I get it. However, I don't understand why we have to keep pouring our hearts out and saying why they need to be held accountable when you can see why they need to be held accountable. The restraint that they had at the Proud Boys shindig should have been the same restraint that they had at a peaceful protest. It should have been the same restraint. If not, they shouldn't have been there at all. We had a protest in Portage, and the Portage Police Department rolled with us as we were walking the streets protesting, saying whatever chant it was that we were saying. And instead, the Kalamazoo Police Department came down and set barrier blocks to protect property over people. It's almost like you might as well just give Black people a price tag at this point.